Kayode, if you look at the optics, it's a misgrill. We do know, I recall that the Presidential Campaign Council of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu was made up of over 3,000 APC members, 3,000 or thereabout. Now, many have been waiting in the wings, hoping that they will get their due compensation in this first term. And I recall that there was an agitation some months back, some people crying out in the media that we work for you, you have not given us anything for the good job we did in enthroning you as president. And I recall that the president said, calm down, and we still have the ministerial list being prepared. The ambassadorial list being prepared. So it's obviously patronage. It's about compensation for those who worked for him. But you see, it's not just an ambassadorial appointment. Is not just head of ministry, department, and agency. This person is going to be representing your interest in another country. And the embassy of every country is an extension of the country that he or she represents. So I think the president needs to be very sensitive. I have no issue with the the career ambassador. The career ambassador, they are very skilled in diplomacy. These are people who have risen through the ranks. They've gone through trainings and all of that. But if you have a politician-heavy ambassadorial list, aside from being job for the boys, what then do you achieve at the end of the day? Because I have written a couple of articles in my column in the Punch newspaper, begging and pleading and lobbying and asking the president to appoint ambassadors 2 years into his administration. So when the name started coming out, I was excited, I was happy, because the belief I have is that if we have a very good ambassador in the US, this issue of Christian genocide could have been tamed and some clarity could have been provided, rather than relying heavily on Minister of Foreign Affairs and Nigeria Diaspora Commission to be doing all the troubleshooting. But now that we have the list, again, one of the shortcomings of this list is that we don't know who is going where. Aside from the first 3 who were appointed, and we are told one will go to UK, one will go to US, one will go to, is it Canada or Germany? But even then, it wasn't that we were told that this is where this particular person is going. And I think in subsequent nomination, we should know, where is this person being sent? Is it being sent to sensitive country? Because sincerely speaking, we have about 197 countries all over the globe. I know the list may not be that heavy to have ambassador in every country. Some will have dual mandates, maybe one ambassador covering 2-3 countries. So I know that this 65 is still a far cry. Maybe we'll get to 100 or thereabout, or 120. We don't know whether the president is going to shut down any of the high commissions and embassies because of paucity of funds, because that's what Minister of Foreign Affairs said middle of the year when he was asked when would the ambassadorial list come out, and he said because of economic paucity of funds to run those embassies, government has to take a deep dive and think through how to. So we have not had any policy statement from the Minister of Foreign Affairs or from the presidency, whether some of these embassies will be shut down or who will go to where. But suffice to say that I think if at the end of the day the Senate confirms all of these 68, they need to be properly trained. A kind of induction must happen, particularly for the politicians amongst them, to know of having to be there.